let us believe in ourselves. Let us believe in our country. That's what I tell the citizens of our nation. We can do it. We have the capacity to do it. Others are going to learn from us. Yes. You know, we must believe in God. And that is why, if you look at the wealth of the world, if I give you an example, maybe $470 trillion of wealth. One country, the United States, $160 trillion. Maybe 300 million people. China, possibly 90, 100 trillion. The whole continent of Africa, 1.5 billion people, 54 countries, $2.5 trillion. And you know, the reason why the United States is what it is because in every place you go, they say, in God we trust. In God we trust. If you look at their currency, if you look at their, in God we trust. Yes. So, tumwamini Mungu na tujiamini na tuamini taifa letu la Kenya. This is our nation. Let us never pretend for once that anybody is going to surrender their country to us. We will not, nobody. This is ours. We must build it. We must make it work. And we have what it takes to make this country great. I have no doubt in my mind. We have what it takes to make this country a great place for all of us and our children. I had an opportunity to meet with our transport sector leaders last week on the fuel crisis. And I sat down with them for about maybe 2.5, 3 hours in Mombasa. And I explained to them where we were, what the issues are, and I took them back to 2022 when we had a similar crisis. And then we had long queues, people in jerrycans looking for fuel from one station to another. We had a serious crash on our dollars. We had a serious, in fact, the first team that I met when I was declared president was oil marketers, because we had a crisis. And I explained to them how, if we are reckless about subsidies, where the country went. In fact, for a whole year, we had to pay close to 160 billion Kenyan shillings that had been used for subsidies without fuel. And I told them, we must be students of history and experience. We don't want to repeat mistakes. And I explained to them that today we have fuel in all our petrol stations, unlike other countries. Today, the Kenya government is subsidizing fuel. The actual price of diesel should be 273. It is 232. We're subsidizing 40 plus shillings for every liter. We've spent 28 billion shillings in the last 2 months. And we've done it with prudence. And I took them when we finished. They told me, Mr. President, we are going to call off the strike. I did not tell them to call off the strike. They looked at the facts. I know many people say they were influenced this way and that way. Maybe they were, by facts of what the situation is. Yes. The most interesting part is when we finished and we stood up. They told me, Mr. President, pray. And I prayed. So, this is what it is. And this is who we are. And I want on this prayer breakfast to say that we must never underestimate what a country that believes in God, that believes in itself, can achieve. We must never underestimate.